Welcome everybody. 皆さんようこそ。もう一度美術を作っています。今回は新しい美術を。これは7章です。これはアキリスの、息子。そして僕はこのデザイン多分逆。We're gonna change up this design here to go back to what it was before. I was looking at the old version of this, and I really liked it. So the question is, does it work anatomically? That we'll have to find out. The arm might be like too long for the body or whatever. Oops. Maybe that works. One of this, where we delete the shield. Put it like that. And we'll have to come up with an interesting design for the shield, obviously, if we're gonna make it that big of a theme. I don't know, some kind of interesting pattern of some kind. I like that better, actually. I think that's better than... they're both pretty good. The shield is interesting because it gives us an opportunity to kind of add some sort of personality to Neoptolemus. So we'll try and come up with an idea for that. Next, let's work on the ship, which should be pretty quick. Again, this is kind of like stage 2, but not the final stage of what we're doing, so that obviously this is very much a rough sketch. There's not none of this stuff is like final or you know, we're not trying to make this look like what the picture is going to end up looking like. We just want to get in the shapes. Okay, let's just add some lines in here. So we're turning this from what used to be a white figure piece of pottery into black figure. So we're reversing the outlines here. This is taken pretty, at least right now, just exactly from this picture of Odysseus's ship. It doesn't really read as a ship right now. We'll have to come up with something for that. Maybe if we put the oars in, or the mast or something. I don't really know how to get that to look necessarily like a ship, but it does look cool, which is good enough for the moment. Yeah, we'd have to make it pretty small to get the oars and stuff in there. But whatever, I mean, even if it's not a ship, it still looks pretty cool. Okay. Now we're gonna get these guys in, and I pulled a reference that of a photo I took at the Getty Villa of more of these like tiny figure Greek guys. And so the idea with this is that we want to use the same gauge of pencil for this one, so that it doesn't feel inconsistent. So let's try just pulling in some of these pictures here. Of course, right when I try to draw it, it doesn't draw. Okay. So something like that, where it's sort of very simple shapes. Just get some feet in there. They're both going to be pointing in the same direction, the feet. Something like that. And put a pretty simple shape on the shield as well. Good. All right, so we just keep making figures like that are like really, really simplistic for these back characters. And obviously this is also not going to be the final version of the design for anybody, but we just want to rough them in. And these guys, there's a decent amount of them. There's 9 of them, so we kind of don't want to get carried away with and we're kind of giving them similar body shapes to Achilles and now Neoptolemus. Just really, really simple. How does this make sense? It kind of doesn't. not anatomically speaking, his leg would have kind of quirk on the feet, so we're just gonna make them, oops. We're gonna make them going this way, I guess. Which would be like this, and then like that, and then, oops, we grab this foot and we move it here. Right now, we don't really want to spend any time on any of these. So let's maybe give this guy a shield like that. Pointing forward. Angry eyeball. We want to try and give them different headgear as well if we can. Just, it's like one of the only differentiating factors that you could probably tell from such a small size. Not different enough that they look like they're not wearing Greek armor, but different in the sense that they, maybe this guy has like a different chest plate or something. Yeah, like that's different from that. Which also kind of fits because the composition of the Greek forces is such that they were pulled from all the different nations. It's not like Agamemnon is the king of all the Greeks necessarily. He's the commander who is leading. It looks like he's wearing like beetle boots here. The commander who's leading all of the kings of the Greeks, like of each nation. So it's sort of an army comprised of armies. We're running out of space when we get to the top of the frame here, though. Actually, let's flip this guy around. Maybe this guy's raising both arms. Alright, that one we obviously have to make smaller. Yeah, this is basically the composition we're going for. And then after this, we have to design whatever the heck this wall actually looks like, which I really don't know. Having both of their arms up definitely solves the problem that they don't look like they're trying to attack anybody. It looks like they're in celebration. So maybe we'll put this guy's arms up as well. Maybe we'll put this guy's arm completely down, because if he's an archer, that sort of indicates he's definitely not attacking. I don't know what that headpiece is supposed to be. I always draw them like way taller than they're supposed to fit in the frames, but I don't know. As long as I'm consistent, I guess. Okay. Now we just need to come up with 3 more interesting designs. What else can we do here? Everybody has to be facing to the right, or else it's going to look like they're fighting each other. Maybe sort of pointing his sword off the ramparts or whatever. Once again, I'm just completely ignoring the original size that I had created. It's kind of dynamic. I like this. Still making him too big. When I do these actual guys, I'll probably have them, I'll probably have them on separate documents so that I could just make them all the same size. But again, right now we just want to get the absolute roughest possible shape. Right hand rather, and he's it's interesting, this one I kind of drew his body kind of tilting, which we haven't done with anybody, but that's kind of a cool idea. Let's have him do that. He's holding his sword out to the side, I guess. That's pretty dynamic. We might do that with more. Again, the idea in this chapter is that Neoptolemus, well, yeah, actually, this is like he's stage diving. Is he kneeling? We might not want this tilted frame. The idea here, though, is that Neoptolemus is arriving in to the battle in order to help the Greeks. He's the son of Achilles, and he's similarly talented. And as soon as he gets there, he sort of immediately turns the tide of one of the big battles that's like occurring at the time, and it's immediately known that like, oh, okay, the Greeks are like pretty much gonna win. Essentially, from that point forward, it's like everybody knows the Greeks are gonna win. So, you know, we're doing an illustration that sort of captures this idea that like he arrives on the scene and everybody rejoices. it's also prophesied by Calchas, the Greek prophet that they have with them, that if the son of Achilles were to come to the war, that would mean victory for the Greeks in the 10th year of the war, which is when the story takes place. So like everybody who is or maybe if we had the sword go upwards. See, we don't want it to look like he's stabbing the guy above him, though. That's the thing. Oh, what if he had his shield up? That's probably really hard to do. I don't think you could really... Those shields are pretty damn heavy. Yeah, I don't think that would work. What if this is... No, see, that looks like he's bracing from a combat. Let's leave it the way it is. Yeah, the interesting thing about these Greek story or the guy from Slaughterhouse-Five, like the whole story is preordained, and it's written as if you already know what happens by the things that are going on. So like it'll say like, oh yeah, and of course when like, you know, this guy dies later, you're sort of omniscient as the listener, because obviously in the times when these stories were around, they were told from person to person and narrator, just like the, you know, Zeus is or any of the gods who are watching the battle. Series of like tightly coiled sticks or something. I don't know how he would depict that. Their ships. Driftwood wall. Yeah, like it's too intricate to do. Wall made from a ship. Oh wait, no, that doesn't make sense. Wall made from planks of a ship. Okay, well here's the thing, is that we have images. We can try to turn that into something. But maybe we could do some interesting stuff. So for now, we definitely wanted to have, we wanted to have floors. We know that. Maybe this could kind of look like the prow of the ship or something. Maybe it could have like some kind of like mast or something. I don't know why that would still exist when they turned it into a, you know, into a wall. Maybe there could be like some oars. Now this is gonna look like a ship if I do that too much. Maybe if it does have some of these like mast things, or like a rope ladder or something. Something, yeah, like some kind of like interesting little details like that. Okay, we're arriving at something that we might like. Good. And like maybe well, this can't be the mast because this would like the wall would be long and the mast wouldn't go there. But like some kind of like little details or whatever, like maybe the mast goes through like the whole picture or something, or maybe there's like a netting that goes like across this part or something, or maybe the mast is over here and there's like a netting here or something. I don't know, something like that. So we have the general composition with white outlines. Now the next step is to actually draw the picture, which is the most fun part, I guess. So great. Ladies and gents, that's going to do it for this episode of illustrating the Posthomerica project. If you want to see more information about what I'm doing, type !Troy in the chat. It's the book that I'm publishing along with the audiobook. And I will see you guys next time.